Hang up, people! Okay. So, dude's got an AR, and his crazy bug-eyed wife has a, what is that? Maybe a 380 or 32? Look, if you come at me with this gun, I'm taking it away from you. She's got her finger in the freaking trigger. No gun safety. No training. I mean, anybody with any good training will look at this and go, she's inexperienced. She don't know what she's doing. Now, inexperience can be, she may shoot your ass because she's so afraid, and it's easier to get shot. Another thing is, since she has no experience, she's probably not going to shoot. It's all about threat and looking good. She's out in the middle and doing some things. I got a couple videos. These two women, or this man and this woman, I said two women. He's got a pink shirt on. He's a man, I think. But anyway, let's get to this.
At protesters. Good evening, I'm Mike Bush. Ann has the night off. Two protests came together hoping to get their voices heard, and things got very tense. Our Justina Cornell is live.
Things got very tense. So, the fact that a group, a mob, a riot, what the hell? Okay, evidently there's some auto refresh or whatever. Anyway, so it got tense because two people in their own home, minding their own business, decided to protect their property from a mob riot, 50 to 100 people who broke through. None of these reporters say these mob people forced entry into private property that was with a closed, locked gate. They broke in to this area. They were all trespassing and they were all committing crimes. Nobody's saying that. They're only trying to make the people in their own home with guns is when it got really dangerous. I mean, it's just crazy.
Our Justina Cornell is live with the latest.
Yeah, Mike, as protesters were marching to Mayor Lyda Cruz's home.
As they were marching. Notice she doesn't say, as they broke and forced entry into a gated community, where I might add the mayor lives with, gated. So, the rest of you pesky citizens have to deal with your places getting burnt down. They have a nice gated community. I don't really have a problem with the mob breaking down the gate and going in their private areas, but I damn sure don't have a problem with the people protecting their homes.
They were marching, and that's when things got heated. So if you take a look at your screen, you're going to see pictures popping up as protesters are...
Okay, so this woman and this guy have watched maybe too much TV, but this guy's got his AR on semi. Anybody that understands a gun, when I look at a gun, I always look to see if it has a safety and is it on or off. Glocks don't have safety, so I have to look at it. But ARs, this selector lever is on fire. It's not on safe. So I'm thinking, okay, this guy is probably ready to shoot and is probably around the chamber. She's got her finger on the trigger, holding a gun with a limp wrist. I mean, she doesn't even really have what I call a tactical. He's got more of a, besides his pink shirt, he's got more of a, business stance and holding a gun. She's more, I'm just here for whatever. Whatever. Here we go.
Walking by a home, you can see a couple holding guns, acting like they were going to shoot at people. State Representative.
Okay, so when this woman points a gun at somebody, is that assault with a deadly weapon? It is. Cops do it every day, 100 times a day. I did it, 3, 4, 5 times a shift. So is it assault with a deadly weapon? It is if you are not doing it in response to a legitimate fear for your safety. So is her fear legitimate with all the riots and all the burning to be fearful of a group that just broke in through a gate and is marching by her house? Is her fear reasonable? I think it is. Other than the mustard stain on her shirt, I'm okay with this. I don't think she should have pointed the gun. I don't think she should have her finger on the trigger. But she's on her property. Would it have been better had they stayed by their front door? Yeah. The fact that they walked out, same thing I say when I'm doing cop videos. When you claim fear and then you walk closer to the thing that you supposedly fear and cause a shooting, I got to question whether or not you were really in fear.
Representative Rasheen Aldridge was there and says as they were going down the street, this couple was pointing their guns towards them. Now,
she also points her gun at her husband's head at one point.
These were two protests. It was expect us and respect us.
Oh, accept us. These were peaceful protests. They broke through a gate and forced entry. They're trespassing. They're probably felony or criminal trespass because they had to go through a gate. Had it been an open gate and they were just walking on public streets, that would be one thing. This is all private property, private roads, private sidewalks. Everything is private in here. These people have no business here. They are trespassing. They are forcibly trespassing.
Both trying to make their way to Mayor Crewson's home after she read the names and addresses of protesters during her Friday news briefing.
All I'm hearing is how the coronavirus is so bad. They're out there arresting businesses opening. They're shutting down businesses to protect people. And yet no cops are doing a damn thing to these people about the coronavirus. Okay.
But Aldrich says as they were marching, he was shocked to see these guns pointed their way because he says they weren't bothering the couple.
I mean, I haven't seen that even since Ferguson, even the other mini protests we didn't have. So them coming outside with an AK and a...
Okay, this guy's a representative. Rasheen was elected. He's the one voting for gun control, and he don't know the difference between an AK and an AR. Protester came out with an AK. That wasn't an AK, you big freaking dummy.
The AK and a small gun. I was shocked because the thing is, you don't know if they accidentally or on purposely. I mean, they purposely came outside. They could have stayed inside. Would have shot one of the people that in the streets, and that's another life.
That's another life. Yeah, shot one of the people who forcibly entered and busted through a gate with force. Yeah, that's another life. Yeah, he was robbing a bank, but that's another life. Yeah, he was raping your wife, but that's another life. I mean, we've got to get those guns away from the stupid people that want to defend themselves and make them depend on government and us. Make them depend on us so we can give them free stuff. We can promise them protection. We can allow them to feel safe, but they need us. We must get those pesky guns from those pesky citizens. Here's another post of the rioters going through here. Of course, the left-wing media is calling protesters. I'm calling them rioters. They forced entry. They busted down a gate to get into private property. That's not a protest. Okay, if you got a nice house like this and you got all this money, you might want to invest in a little tactical training and maybe legal. You probably have a good attorney and you got an attorney on record and you're going to have good legal representation, but you might want to invest some tacticals. You run around freaking barefooted with your finger on a trigger inside a pistol, pointing at a crowd when you could be up on your steps or in your house. You walk down your steps to get closer to people to engage them. Look, I'm all for property rights and I'm all for people defending their property. But until those people come on your property and start doing something, do you need to engage them? You don't need to. Are they violating the law? I don't really think they have a problem with them because as soon as they entered the gate, they were trespassing. That whole community is a private area. So the second they busted through that gate, they were in the commission of a crime and trespassing with force. So is it reasonable for their fear? Is their fear reasonable? That's the issue. She's pointing that gun around like it's a freaking pointer at a lecture. This is the idiot that give gun owners a bad name. But you don't have to give gun owners a bad name. Gun owners have a bad name. I don't care if there's idiot gun owners out there. I don't care if the protesters have guns. I think more guns mean more safety. Okay? Now the idiots will tell you, no. If we get the guns from more people and only government has them, then that's when you're safe. Okay, yeah. Because there's no crime in communist countries where only government has guns. So you have these two protesters confronting them, and they're in this argument trying to escalate something. These people are wrong because they're not supposed to be there. They forced entry. These people, the law should fall on their side because they're on their property, and they have a right to defend it. They didn't shoot anybody. They merely held out a gun. And you can display a gun when you're in fear to stop an attack or to try and ward off or, to stop somebody from wanting to continue their attack. All right, so who thinks these guys are going to get charged? I don't know. I'm on the fence on this. They live in the neighborhood with the mayor. They're right within the law, but everybody's going to cry that gun people are dangerous, and these people in their homes, minding their own business, paying their bills, not hurting anybody, are the mean, evil people. And the crowd and the people that were out here protesting and who broke in, these are the good people and the poor victims. I'm telling you, we live upside down world. We'll see how this works or plays out. Okay, we'll end that there.